Hi everyone, and welcome to day 5 of our Pacific Northwest trip. After a hearty breakfast and a last look at beautiful Mount Rainier, we began our driving journey today from Elbe near the Mount Rainier area of Washington and are headed to Stevenson, Washington. This adorable and quaint town sits along the Columbia River Gorge on the Washington state side. Stevenson, Washington lies within the Columbia River Gorge National Scenic Area and is across the river from the Cascade Locks of Oregon. From this side of the gorge, you have a clear view of the gorge as well as the state of Oregon. This is a pretty and scenic drive with mountain and river views along the way. Our first stop was Cape Horn Overlook. Pretty spectacular. This part of Washington also boasts the famous Beacon Rock State Park and Overlook Trail. Shannon and I considered attempting this trail, but after stopping at Beacon Rock and looking up at Beacon Rock, anyhow. This hike is along the core of an ancient volcano. It is a 600-foot incline and is around 3/4 of a mile long. It skirts back and forth via switchbacks along the side of this giant rock. Beacon Rock was originally named by Lewis and Clark during their expedition of the Northwest. We decided to continue moving onward as there were many other stops to make and sights to see before we made it to our next Airbnb destination. We were pleasantly surprised on this part of the journey to see off in the distance the Bonneville Lock Dam area. We took a quick detour into this public area to take in this scene. There were tons of birds swirling around the spills as they were dive bombing for fish. What a feast! The dam spans across the river and connects Washington and Oregon. You cannot drive across it, but you can visit each side. The Bonneville Lock Dam plays an important part in the salmon migration of this part of the country. We made sure to add this to our itinerary once we reached the Oregon side of the Columbia River Gorge area. So make sure to check back to see the Oregon side of this lock and dam. It is quite spectacular to see the salmon migration in action. Not too far from the dam, we came across the Bridge of Gods. This beautiful 1,858-foot long bridge connects Oregon and Washington. It is also part of the Pacific Crest Trail. What? Yes, you have to walk across this bridge to reach the trail on either side. A bit scary as there is not a pedestrian walkway, and this is a very busy bridge. And of course, Shannon and I had to stop to take in the scenery and learn about the history of this area. Wow, so spectacular. Once we reached Stevenson, we made it to our Airbnb, settled in, and then made our way back into town to explore the cute shops and take in the scenery. We took a stroll to a pier and watched for a bit as people were outside surf sailing and enjoying the river. Alright, so we've made it to Stevenson, Washington, just across the border. If you look over across the river here, that's Oregon. Anyhow, we're going to take a walk around the pier area, right, Shannon?
Yep.
Alright. This is so cool. There's a little pier that goes out, but there's people out here parasailing and have their little sailboats out. It just looks so peaceful and just such a cool little hipster town. Real cute area. Okay, so Shannon and I first thought that this was part of the Columbia River, but it's Lake Bonneville that Stevenson is sitting on, which is just beautiful. And there's people out here enjoying the water in this beautiful warm weather. They're having some really nice weather right now. You see them out parasailing out here. That's pretty cool. That looks like a lot of fun. And there's people out here set with their sailboats. And this area has a really nice walking path all the way through it. So you can go for a nice long walk. And then it goes over here as well. This is such a pretty, pretty area. And we are on the Washington state side, and I believe this is Oregon over here maybe. So yeah, this is pretty cool. At this point, we were pretty hungry and decided on a pizza and a beer at the Walking Man Brewing Company. A perfect way to end the day. I think we would have loved to stay and explore Stevenson a bit more, but we were on our way to meet up with my sister and her husband to continue on our journey through the great state of Oregon. So excited to create new memories and explore a new state. We'll see you tomorrow in Oregon.